Richard Tjaden from the Frame of Art. Today we are talking about stretcher bars and how to stretch a picture. There's a lot of controversy when it comes to that. Most people really don't know what stretcher bars are all about. Well, first of all, a real stretcher bar means you can stretch something. Now look at this, for instance, right here. We put that together like that. It's designed that way. Then you have these two little items. Those are keys. And these keys you put into the stretcher bar. And then, for lack of my tool, if the canvas gets loose, like in this case right here, this canvas is loose, it should be stretched. So, what you do then, you knock these keys in. This here opens up and stretches the canvas. That's how we used to do it. But in today's date, and here of course it comes in different sizes. This is for a heavier, larger oil painting. This is for something a little smaller. Now, in today's day and age, this is rather costly. So people came up with, well, not little that. It used to be that people only had stretcher bars for certain sizes. And 24 or 36 was the premier size in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And then people said, no, we want a different size, larger, smaller. So they came with stretcher bar molding. And these are the different sizes of molding, depending of what the item is. If it's just a little painting, then you use a small stretcher bar like this, but it's not a bar that you can stretch out like that, key out. It's just made together like this. So once the oil painting or piece of art starts being wavy, you have to take it apart and re-stretch it. That's the problem with that. Now, if you see, look at this stretcher bar right there, there's an indentation. There's a reason for that. It's not an accident, because that way, when you stretch the stretcher bar and it's raised a little bit, this line eventually won't show up like it otherwise would if it was all even. Now, another very important thing, people go, I'm going to save some money, and I'm going to go to the big box store and buy some molding like this and make my own stretcher bars. Well, lo and behold, let me tell you something. Stretcher bars that you buy, or wood that you buy at Home Depot, is pine wood. It's full of water. It's not kiln dried. So what happens after a few months, or maybe even a couple, 2 or 3 years, the pine wood will start drying out and it will start warping. It definitely is not meant to frame art. It's meant to build homes. Now, what kind of wood are real stretcher bars made out of? You have to use an alder. Alder is a very tight-grained wood, and it holds very little moisture, and therefore you have to kiln dry it. Usually, a good kiln dried wood takes 3 to 6 months. But in these days and age, money, time is money, and they've shortened it, with consequently that there will be problems in the drying process and the warping and so on. So that's why this alder wood, it dries a lot faster, doesn't hold a lot of moisture, and once you use it, it's not going to change much. So now you got keys, you got stretcher bars, you got regular stretcher bars without the keys, but you have to take the art apart when it gets wavy. Now here's a piece of art that we used with a regular stretcher bar. No keys involved. So when this, after a while, starts having a wave, you have to take this apart and re-stretch it. Here is a painting, and this here is an old timer. And they did use keyed stretcher bars. The problem is, whoever put this together probably didn't know what it was for. And they lost the keys, because when you get the stretcher bars, each time you get a set of keys with it. And I didn't have it here. They probably didn't know what to do with it anyway. So that today is the lesson of our stretching and stretcher bars. So you want to have the job done properly, come and see us, Richard, at A Frame of Art.